Greetings, Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. This is Tyra Omilade, your goddess guru, your sister friend. And you know, I love helping women align with their life purpose using the power of ancient wisdom and the goddess centered lifestyle. And there's nothing like astrology that is so helpful in helping us to live in alignment, to live with ease and flow. And so I want to talk to you about the astrology for the month of September. I'm going to bring up the calendar, credit to Astrology. How are you all doing out there? Hope everyone is well. How was that full moon? The full moon was pretty rough for me. I ended up getting sick. It was just kind of sort of like there were indications that that potentially could happen. Feeling better today. And so, yeah, sometimes it's just how it is. I look at it as, with it being Pisces, it was an opportunity for me to take some time off that I was choosing to not take off. And so my body just said, you'll take time off. 2 days of nothing but sleep and an upset stomach. So, yeah, we're going to talk about the September astrology. I'll pull a card or two. Two things. I want to invite you to my Virgo new moon retreat. I was not looking at the calendar when I chose this on September the 12th. So I hope you all come. I was looking at the timing of that, the astrological timing. I was like, huh. But I would love for you all to join me. The new moon retreats are, I call them retreat to reset. Most of us need to take that time to reset. So what we do in the retreat is I take you on a journey. I take you on a healing journey, a time for you to reset. Um, you can go in, do some introspective work. And then also I share a video, which I share within my YouTube channel membership. You get the through the moon, through the signs. And that way you understand, what does this moon mean for you? And you've done something in community with other women to create the energy of manifestation and this clearing that is needed for manifestation. That's what the retreat is about. I don't sit in and talk about astrology. Sometimes I think y'all think I'm in there talking about astrology. If you have been to one of my new moon retreats, I would love it if you would share in the comments something that you took away. Most people leave feeling like they have some insight. They have had a clearing. Sometimes we're just living in our heads, and these retreats allow us to live in our hearts and to get into our bodies. Only $22, and the link will be in the description box. Just give it a try. It's $22. Y'all spend $22 easily on all kinds of things. Spend this $22 on yourself. You will love that you took that time. And my goal is to help you to really understand how to practically apply the astrology of the new moon so that you can continue to make progress. If you're off base, then you'll be able to get yourself more aligned again. It is truly a retreat. So join us there. Again, description box. Um, the um, the information is in the description box. Let me just go out of this really quickly, because the other thing I want to tell you all about is the membership. I just kind of want to show you all a little bit about the membership. You can see here in this membership, I put in a weekly astrology post. I break down the astrology and I tell you about the moon, because the moon is one of the primary planets that I like to teach about because it is so helpful. But I also put in things like the Mercury retrograde mini class. I put in, there's one about Saturn retrograde and how do you work with these energies and what do they mean. Only $9.99. Y'all, I have to talk about this in the beginning of the video. Don't leave. Only $9.99. And it's all designed to help you stay in the know and in the flow. So you can find the link in the description box to join me in that also. Okay, so what I want to talk about now is the astrology for the month of September. So we are already at day number 5. The way I describe this month is it is pretty easy month astrologically. It's not anything major going on where it's just like, I hate telling y'all about this. Some months it's just not fun. So, for instance, this month Venus whoop, 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 went direct on Sunday. She had been retrograde for about 5 weeks, and so yeah, I'm so happy Venus is direct. And so she's rebirthed as a morning star, and she is now when Venus goes direct. So the thing that I love for y'all to understand is astrology is not a one day type of thing. No. Even your birthday in astrology is typically about 4 days. So when you get to your solar return, if I were to look at your chart, that solar return lasts for about 4 days. There's no one day. There's no like, oh, Venus went retrograde back in July and we just kind of forget about it, or Venus is direct and so then we kind of forget about it. We want to apply the astrology practically. So Venus direct is now a time of integration. There have been some themes that you have experienced over the last 5, maybe even a little bit longer, maybe 5 to 8 weeks, 5 to 10 weeks. And now it's time for integration, right? So I've talked about Venus so much. I don't want to take the time to talk about that. If you join the YouTube membership, I have an entire Venus retrograde class that's in there that you can access. But essentially, once Venus goes direct, then it's time for us um, to learn, take the lesson and apply it in our lives. That's how I'll say that. So Venus is direct, and that will make the energy feel a little bit like we're moving forward. We're really not in move forward mode right now, but it'll feel sort of like things are a little bit lighter. I know for me, I feel like I have a little bit more energy, even though in the last few days of her being retrograde, I did not feel well. I'm Venusian. My moon is in Taurus, and Taurus is ruled by Venus. And so it's been a very challenging retrograde, but I'm not gonna lie, I do feel like I have more energy, but Jupiter went retrograde. So it was kind of like, we traded off. If you even look here, just a few days before Jupiter went retrograde, Uranus went retrograde, Mercury went retrograde. This is a time of retrogrades. Saturn is retrograde, Pluto, Neptune, just everything is retrograde except for Venus and Mars, the moon, and the sun, right? So and Venus is connected to our day-to-day routines and operations. And so this is one of the reasons why when Venus goes retrograde, it really kind of throws things off. It may throw off relationships, it may throw off money. Um, it could throw off just how you feel and your worth and your value. But astrology always works for us. It doesn't work against us. So just remember that, okay? So Jupiter retrograde, I am actually going to put a class inside of the YouTube membership for the Jupiter retrograde. And so this one to me is very, very important because Jupiter has to do with good fortune. It's in Taurus, which is a sign that has to do with abundance and manifestation, personal finance, self-worth, self-value. It's a feminine sign. So I just think it's such an important retrograde. And the longer, in my opinion, the longer Jupiter stays in Taurus, the more we can get um, stronger in our manifestation muscle. So, I'm unapologetic that humans are born to manifest. Like the very fact that we are here in the manifest reality speaks to the importance of manifesting as humans and living abundantly because, the earth is abundance and we're connected to the earth. And, the earth is a reflection. We are a reflection of, the great divine energy. And so I'm unapologetic about being able to manifest and, walk abundantly, all of that. That's why I'm like, Jupiter stay in Taurus for as long as you want. So Jupiter retrograde is helping us to really nail this. Okay, hold on, let me see here. I don't want to say nail. I'm seeking to use less violent words. Is seeking to help us to really solidify and ground into understanding the wisdom of Taurus, which again has to do with pleasure. That's another thing that I love about Taurus, pleasure, and it's simple pleasure, um, it's nature, and like healing and self-care. It's such a beautiful, gorgeous sign, and again, it's the most inert sign in the astrology wheel. And so it is truly about manifesting. And so Jupiter is here to confer wisdom on how do we make all of this happen. Taurus is about abundance and it's about personal finance. It's about bringing something that's in the imagination into the physical realm. And so Jupiter retrograde is going to help us in that to that end, okay? So the next thing I want to talk on about is the new moon in Virgo. Now, I don't go into the new moon in Virgo in super deep detail, but what I do want to tell you is that I put that through the signs video in in the membership, in my YouTube membership, only $9.99. And so I invite y'all to join. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. In a way, I kind of do this membership for me. I ain't gonna lie. I'm 100 because when I am forced to do astrology for you all, then I found I will take the time to actually look at it. Um, I get in awe sometimes when I'm like, oh my gosh, I am so glad that I do this because I get to let you all know what's going on so that you can plan accordingly. Okay. So yeah, I do it for me, but honestly, I'm just like, y'all, please join. It has so much value to it, so much good astrology because again, it's all about practical application, which is Virgo. Virgo is all about practicality. It's a sign that has to do with systems, organization, order. It wants to have a list of things to do and wants to check each one off. So this is a new moon that can help us bring that into our lives. I think that, Virgo gets such a bad rap. People want to say, um, Virgos are nitpicky and they kind of are looked at as like know-it-alls. Virgos have a problem with seeing a problem and not being able to not saying something about it. It's like if a Virgo sees the problem, they're gonna say it. It's just how it is. Hold on, let me see. Can y'all see me down here? I just noticed that. Oh, okay. Hold on one second, y'all. I just noticed that. Oh, here we go. That the little headline thing is making me be covered up. Okay. So anywho, Virgos have a problem with not because their job is to see the problem and call it out. And it's kind of like Leo can create this grand idea, but who actually is going to carry it out or refine it, make it like troubleshoot so this thing actually works? Because Libra refines it, but Virgo is like, we need to fix this and we need to fix that. And, I see the hole in this problem, or I see a problem, I see a hole in this plan and we need to address this. Whereas, Leo is just like, oh my gosh, it's just going to be great. It's going to be awesome. Y'all, let's do this team. Let's go. But Virgo is who is gonna make sure everything gets done, and if there's a problem, we're gonna take care of it. So we need Virgo. We need the new moon in Virgo so that we can recommit to being disciplined. We can recommit to our list of things to do because Virgo will do all the stuff that nobody else wants to do other than maybe Capricorn. Capricorn and Virgo, they're going to do everything that no one else wants to do because they want to make sure this thing gets done. They want to get it, they want to see it to fruition. And this is an important moon to help look at what's the problems. There's so many signs that are just like we're out in the clouds, or we're too busy socializing, that we don't actually are able to stop with those during those seasons and see exactly what, like, let's really troubleshoot what's going on, or assess what what does this look like, this whatever it is that you're working on. It could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be a project, it could be something that you've been working on, like you're writing something. Maybe another thing that Virgo has to do with is health and wellness. And so maybe you need to troubleshoot what's going on with your health and wellness. What's going on? What's happening with your lifestyle that needs to change so that you can get a different, effect? Maybe you need to get more sleep, or maybe you need to work on your health in some kind of way. Virgo is the one that's going to be looking and seeing, okay, you're doing this, you're doing, oh, I see now what the problem is. This is what you need to get done, right? It's this energy that's kind of like all work and no play. Makes everything great, because Virgo is a workaholic sign. But it will help us to really be okay with just like, I got to get this grunt work done, or I've got to, like, everything is in disarray and disorderly. So I need to get this ordered. So this new moon in Virgo is oh, another one is, it's all about remedies. It's very, very healthy. And Virgo is the kind of energy where it wants something, typically it wants something natural. Okay. Because Virgo can be, it actually could be kind of like a hypochondriac energy too. Um, but typically Virgo is like, let's go get this herb. Let's use yoga. This is a great moon if you want to do more fasting, if you want to do anything to improve your health and well-being, improve your digestion. These are the kinds of, general topics that Virgo covers. And so this is the new moon to be setting. If you got any kind of problems, you need to get things decent in order at work. You need to have more of a system. Things are just so disorganized, something like that, or just health in general. Okay. Another thing you can focus on with the Virgo new moon is anything around your pets. Maybe your pet is not well trained and you want to go take the dog, if it's a dog, to schooled so that the dog can learn how to obey, whatever the commands are. And it's also about being of service. And so this is the new moon where if you want to be more of service and maybe work for a nonprofit, or work as a volunteer somewhere, this is the new moon to set up. How will you do that? Okay. Um, So yeah, okay. So right after the moon in Virgo happens, Mercury goes direct. So that is an amazing thing. Mercury going direct. Can't wait. Mercury going direct is just like Venus going direct. So there's like this energy of the slowdown, but by the same token, with Mercury going direct, there's this energy of integration. So we're just not in go mode yet. Okay. So I'm gonna say we'll be more in go mode in um maybe when the equinox, maybe when we get to the equinox on the 23rd, when the sun moves into Libra, then Mercury, then we'll feel a little bit more energized and charged up, which is something that happens with that fall equinox. Um, so that could be a time where we feel a little bit more energized, but for sure, once we get into October, we'll feel a little bit more like, okay, now I can start doing some new things, or you just have more energy. And so yeah, Mercury direct, so happy. And then Mercury visible, when a planet is very close to the sun, it will be invisible. Mercury stays invisible quite a bit, actually, because it's always very close to the sun. It's never more than one sign away from the sun. And so Mercury is visible on the 17th, and it'll be visible until the 9th of October. So once Mercury goes visible, it will help us with all things mercurial, but especially things that have to do with Virgo. But it's a great time to work on if you're writing something, if you're learning something, working on skills, using skills, teaching, networking. The gig economy is something that I think thrives during Mercury visible. And so, that would be a time if you're a part of the gig economy to really be, getting yourself some gigs. If you have an Airbnb, maybe really pushing however y'all do that. I don't really know how it works, but it's truly a time where Mercury is strong. And it could be a time where we have more mental clarity. I think also it could help us with the Virgo discipline that is needed. We'll kind of feel like we can take some deep breaths and we can, keep moving forward with that. So Mercury visible is always a beautiful, beautiful thing. Okay. And Geminis and Virgos will feel amazing. Your planet is direct, it's visible. Y'all take advantage. September the 17th, October the 9th. Enjoy Gemini. Enjoy Virgos. Okay. Okay. So then the sun moves into Libra. So, with the sun moving into Libra, we're kicking off a whole new quarter. Ever since I got into business, I love this 90-day planning. And so it's something that I like to teach. So, the um, sign, anytime we're in a season change, those signs lend themselves to us starting something new. So this would be a great time to start something new. Maybe whatever you learn from Venus retrograde and Mercury retrograde, you're gonna want to implement, and the kickoff can be during Libra season. And then after Libra, there's going to be Scorpio. And then after Scorpio, Sagittarius. So you have 3 months, 90 days you can use to plan. So, what can you get done in 90 days? And then we'll start kicking it off again with Capricorn. Okay. But yeah, the sun in Libra actually is not a super strong position for the sun. The Libra's number is one. Excuse me, the sun's number is 1, Libra's number is 2. So we have clashing, interest, we have, clashing themes, but it will highlight, um it will highlight whatever the eclipses in Libra is bringing up, okay? So just get ready. Libra is a very important sign right now, and so there's something that a lot of us will be like, wow, I got to let something go. I've got to release and let something go. And you'll know what it is that you need to release and let go of because it's something that's taking you out of balance. Okay. So, Sun in Libra, focus on relationships, focus on do you need to refine something? And, you're wanting to just look at what's in balance, what's out of balance. I also look at Libra as a sign of support. Where do you need support? I think that's a really important theme when we're in Libra season. Okay. So, last but not least, is this full moon in Aries. I just need to check something. We're going to have a full moon in Aries, which is very, very important. This is my ephemeris, pardon me that I'm having to scroll. Um, but Aries is such an important sign right now. So it's going to be, whoa, a full moon on the 29th at 6 degrees exact of Aries. So those who are born during the early um, days of Taurus, maybe the first, I'm going to say about 16 days easily. Yeah. But for sure, if you're born around the first, like, 5 to 10 days, you're gonna really feel 5 to 10 days of Aries, you're gonna really feel this. So those are gonna be the ones born in March. This is an amazingly powerful full moon. Aries always is bringing the deets. I always kind of see Aries as breakthrough. So I think maybe we're going to get a breakthrough. It's kind of like maybe whatever has us out of balance, we'll get a breakthrough about what it is that we need to do to get into balance. But it's definitely this breakthrough, take action kind of energy. Maybe you're going to be able to see what action you need to take. I always do a full moon live stream during this time. So I will be sure to do that full moon live stream. But yeah, Aries is taking us in a new direction. And I really think that this moon is going to help us to see w like, what needs to happen. It's gonna be some revelation. Maybe we kinda feel we need to go in a new direction, but we don't exactly see it yet. But with this moon, we'll be like, "Oh, I know exactly what I need to do," you know? Or it'll become more apparent. You're kinda already there. You're like, "Yeah, I know what I need to do," but maybe you're doubting yourself a little bit. This moon is gonna help you to see where you need to go. So yeah, wow, it's definitely going to be a moon of action. So that is super, super exciting. So let me just take the time to pull a card really quickly. I have so many decks. Okay. So I call this affirmations in astrology. So I'm just going to go on ahead and pull. What is an affirmation for the month of September for the Goddess Body Mind Spirit community? Oh, I like this. This is not super Virgo. I pulled the I am extraordinary card. I am extraordinary. I own my greatness and I am so much more than ordinary. You know what though? Venus is still in Leo. Venus is still in Leo. So, hey, y'all, Leo is about shining. Leo is about walking in your worth. Venus and Leo walk in your worth, but your worth is actually steeped in your gifts and your talents. Okay. So, this is definitely a month to shine, and you can use Virgo to help make sure that, it's also this energy of creation, creativity. And you use Virgo to make sure that you keep yourself nice, clear, and free. You don't have all this clutter in your mind. You don't have all this clutter around you. And you can just create and you can just shine. Okay. I love that. And I'm going to pull from my Mythical Goddess Tarot deck. Um, and let's see here. I always like pulling on the spot because then it's kind of like I don't question. It's like, nope, I it matches a lot of times too what I talk about. So this is Sophia. She is the wise woman. The wise woman. Oh, her it's interesting because her astrology, she's associated with Taurus. So yeah, that kind of speaks to what I was talking about with Jupiter being in Taurus. What is the wisdom that we need to get from Taurus, Jupiter being in Taurus at this point? And the wise woman is a part of us who we can learn to trust. She has a wisdom that when we really tune into this energy, we understand. Sometimes it's like the wise woman will give us wisdom about somebody who we don't vibe. Maybe we kind of can see, why is this person acting the way that they're acting? Or sometimes the wise woman will help us to understand. We're like, should I do this or should I do that? And we can just tune into our inner wise woman. We all have one. We can tune into our inner wise woman, and she can help us to understand what choice is best for us. It says Sophia is the wise woman who can be invoked, but she's also present in you. Her fire of knowledge is on earth. Her sacred will connects with you as you find your own will to radiate your light of conscious knowing. And she leads you on the highest path of learning life's profound lessons and assists you in walking you and walking this knowledge in your world. Let me tell you something. Virgo season or this month with Virgo, maybe a little bit of Libra thrown in there, but I definitely think these planets in Virgo and Taurus is asking us to connect with the wisdom of nature, connect with our body. There's so much wisdom in the body. Connect with the wisdom in you. And this is what is going to be our focus. And one of the things I love about the new moon is it's kind of like it helps us to reset so that it's like, okay, I forgot. I was supposed to tune into my body. There's wisdom in my body. Let me make sure I recommit to that because every new moon helps us to rededicate ourselves to the wisdom of that sign, right? And so, with this energy of Sophia being connected to the wisdom of the earth, that's you, that's nature. This is a month for us to really tune into that and actually to recommit to it because we go from one new moon in Virgo to the next. So it's going to carry you for a year. We're not just trying to get to the end of 2023. Okay. So let's see here. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to just end it with that. So thank you all so much. I appreciate you. Let me know what stood out for you in this reading. I would also love to hear just, yeah, any thoughts about the astrology, anything about the reading, the affirmation. Also, hope that you join me in the New Moon Retreat as well as in my YouTube membership. All right. Thank you so much and connect with you all soon. Peace and love.